at our donor care center at 877-258-4825, and they will take care of helping you set up an appointment as well. So many ways for you to make an appointment. Come out, spend that hour or so, and give the gift of life and potentially save up to 3 people in need of blood products.
Wow. So what is the current situation like? Because I know it's kind of always changing, you know?
It does always change. You know, right now our blood supplies in Arizona are decent, but we are always looking to make sure that we can keep the blood supplies full. You know, one thing I always like to share with people and remind people is that the time to donate blood is well in advance of when it's needed. So unfortunately, sometimes we have disasters or crises or big accidents that come up, and one of the first things people think about is, oh, I'm going to go help, I'm going to go out and give blood. And that is fantastic, we want you to do that, but also keep in mind that the blood that's collected at that point in time probably wouldn't be used except for maybe a couple of weeks after that donation happens. So we always want to make sure we've got plenty of blood on the shelves. One of the things we are seeing now in Arizona, I'm not sure that Payson High School or other schools in the area here are doing it yet, but a lot of the school districts down in the valley or down in southern Arizona have moved to more of a year-round school schedule.
Yes.
So a lot of those schools are actually on a 2-week fall break right now. So we are seeing a decrease in our appointment schedules for a lot of our blood drives across the state this week while schools are away. So particularly this drive in Payson is going to go a long, long way to helping ensure that we have good blood supply across the state of Arizona in the coming weeks.
And I know up here right now, the Payson Unified School District is on their fall break. It's just 1 week, but they are on break. You mentioned, you know, in Arizona, so Vitalant serves mainly Arizona, but maybe for people that are new to the community, new to Arizona, moving from another state, can you tell us a little bit about Vitalant?
Sure, I'd be happy to do that. Vitalant is one of the nation's largest nonprofit blood collection groups. We work in 28 states across the United States. In Arizona, we serve over 90% of the hospitals in Arizona. We are their designated blood provider. So one of the things that I'm always proud to share with people, Chris, is when you donate blood, excuse me, with Vitalant in Arizona, it's almost a certainty that the blood you donate is staying in Arizona to help one of our neighbors who needs it in a critical situation. We also do send blood products to other states and other places when needed and when crises come up, but we do pride ourselves on being the designated provider for hospitals across Arizona, including Banner Payson Medical Center right here in town.
That's great. I know probably other organizations, groups, you know, in different states doing similar, providing similar services.
Yep.
But here in Arizona, it is Vitalant. So again, if you're new or newer to the community, to Arizona, and you were donating blood wherever you move from, make sure you know you take advantage of these opportunities, these blood drives. Again, the next blood drive here in KRIM country, in the Payson area, is the Payson Community Blood Drive, and that is Monday, October 13th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at Mount Cross Lutheran Church. And just want to comment on Mount Cross Lutheran Church and other facilities or organizations that have hosted these blood drives for years and years.
Yeah. Absolutely. You know, we're fortunate, again, in Arizona. There are so many generous groups and so many generous people, and that's especially the case up here in KRIM country. Payson in particular is a tremendously generous community. We have so many groups that sponsor blood drives up here, and I hesitate to mention them all because I'm afraid I'm going to forget somebody, but I'll do the best that I can here. But in addition to Mount Cross Lutheran Church, which hosts us 4 times a year for a big blood drive here, we've got Culver's of Payson, who is a tremendous supporter. They do blood drives periodically with us, a blood mobile in their parking lot. You mentioned the fish fry today at the American Legion Post. The group over there does 3 blood drives a year with us at the American Legion. As a matter of fact, today there's a blood drive at the Banner Payson High Country Senior Center up on North Beeline Highway. Okay. So if you aren't able to join us on the 13th, feel free to pop over there this morning. They'll be there till 1 o'clock, I believe, today, taking blood donations. So feel free to just walk in over there. We'll be happy to get you taken care of. We've got the Lovejoy Hormone Clinic that has done blood drives periodically with us. Restoration Church is a new group that just joined our cause with their first blood drive, and they had a very successful blood drive. Expedition Church.
I think right here, the Sawmill Theaters.
The Sawmill Theaters, they do 4 or 5 blood drives a year for us. The next one here at Sawmill Theater is coming up on the morning of November 1st. We'll have a blood drive out in the parking lot. So thank you to Craig Trippon and the folks over there for hosting us. And then I don't want to forget Payson High School. Payson High School is going to do a blood drive on December 2nd. Over at the Dome concession area. So if if you have the ability, if you're not able to donate blood at this drive, please consider looking up one of these other drives in the community, because we always have blood drives going on up here.
And that's something, since you mentioned, excuse me, Payson High School and the December 2nd blood drive that will be taking place at Payson High School. I love when you brought up the statistic, and every show tried to, make sure we acknowledge the largest demographic of blood donors are who?
High school students.
High school students.
High school students
I love that.
and college students. So
yeah.
Teen donors, between high schools and colleges in Arizona, make up about 1 in 6 blood donations in the state.
Wow.
So we're talking about 16-17% of all blood donations in the state come from young people. So we are just so thankful, and I get so excited and energized when I get to go and work with the high schools. I had a chance to meet with the kids and their Avid Club advisor at Payson High School earlier this week, and just had such a blast. And we're looking forward to working on a great blood drive with them in December.
Yeah, I believe is that Miss Trevelyan?
Yes,
LJ?
LJ.
LJ,
Yep.
yes. Oh yeah, doing a great job. She also is in charge of student government, Stugo. So they are very active, the high school students that are part of Stugo, Avid. You have DECA over there as well with Miss Liddell, Ginger Liddell. So just, so many great people, administrators, but also students, great young people.
Yes, for sure. Yep.
So there we go. Again, the Payson Community Blood Drive taking place Monday, October 13th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And I just posted the flyer, excuse me, on the KRIM FM.com website. There's a QR code. You just have to put your camera on that, and it'll take you right to the site where you can schedule your appointment. Again, they make it very easy to where you can schedule it anytime between 10 and 6 p.m. That's available because spots and times do fill up. And how does it look so far as the signups for that blood drive? Yeah,
we're making good progress. We still have plenty of spots available. We've got about 100 appointment slots available. I think somewhere around 40 of them are filled right now, so we still have plenty of room for donors to come in. I'd love to do everything we can to fill that schedule that day. Walk-ins are always welcomed at our blood drives. The one thing I would encourage, though, is we do push for appointments, because we want to make sure that we're able to provide a good customer service experience for you. And so people with appointments do get put ahead of anybody that comes in as a walk-in. We understand that it is a commitment of time to come and donate blood, and we want to be as respectful of that as we can and make it as easy for you as we can. So we really do encourage those appointments so that it fits your schedule. Also make sure that we've got the right folks available to get that blood donation done for you conveniently.
So Mark, what would be the number one reservation or reason you hear from people that they don't give blood? or?
You know, it's kind of interesting, and I'm going to give you an answer that maybe you're not going to expect.
Okay.
But when I talk to people, when we do surveys with people about giving blood and why do they or why don't they or why have they never given blood, believe it or not, the number one answer that we get is nobody ever asked me.
Really?
So, you know, you would often think it might be
Scared of
needles, or they don't like the sight of blood, or they're just going to be uncomfortable or something like that. And those are all valid and important to recognize, but the number one reason that people haven't given blood is that nobody has ever asked them. So, you know, one of the reasons I'm here today, if I don't have a chance to meet you in person in the community here, but you happen to see me on the Facebook stream here or hear me on this show, I'm asking you, please consider donating blood with us. One of the things that just still boggles my mind, and I know I've mentioned it here with you, I think, in the past, Chris, if you look at the eligible population of adults in the United States who regularly donate blood, it is a very, very low number. It's only about 3 or 4% of the population that is eligible to give blood that actually does so. So if you think about that, there's that very small minority of us that are providing the blood supply for everybody who needs it, whether it's for a trauma accident, whether it's for a surgery, whether it's for cancer treatments, whether it's for a burn patient. And that's a little bit scary that we've got that small of a number doing that, because as far as we are with science, as medically advanced as we are these days in this world, the one thing that we still do not have the technology to do, we cannot manufacture blood or blood products. So it's super important for anybody who's eligible. If you've never done it before, please consider coming to donate blood and truly make that difference in the community.
That's very interesting. I guess I've never thought about that, but like you said, with medical advancements, you look at organs, different body parts that can be replicated or given to people. But wow, blood. There's nothing as far as we all need blood. So there's no way around that. So if there are people listening, watching, and they've never given blood before, and there's again that hesitancy, it's good to let people know that you don't have to know your blood type. Your blood type, I guess, will be told to you if you don't know it.
Correct, yeah. If you've never donated blood, or if you don't know what your blood type is, one of the byproducts of this process is you will be able to find out what your blood type is. Okay. We don't have the capability to tell you that day, but within about 2 or 3 days after your blood is tested, processed, and on the way to the hospital shelves, you have the ability to go onto our donor portal at vitalant.org and see what your blood type is, and also see what the results of your mini physical from that donation day are at that time. So you mentioned something there that I want to make sure I share with everybody, because I do get questions from time to time. Is there a certain blood type that you need? I'm an O negative person. Is that one that you typically need? All blood types are needed and important, and we draw them and look for donors all the time. So we always need blood. Doesn't matter what your blood type is. There are certain blood types that we do try to get a little bit more of, and one of those is the O blood types. So the O negative blood type, only about 6% of the population has O negative, but it can go to any patient that needs it. They are the universal donor. And that's particularly important, especially in emergency situations where there isn't time to take blood from a victim, test it, make sure we know what their blood type is, and try to match it exactly. O negative can be given to anybody that needs it anytime. O positive, about 40% of the population has that blood type, but it can go to almost anybody that has a positive blood type.
Okay.
So that's very important as well.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so O positive, I could receive O positive. I'm A positive. So okay.
Correct. Yep.
Interesting.
One of the things I figure I'll talk about as well is, we mentioned some of those folks out there who maybe have never donated blood, or they're thinking about it, or they have a little bit of a reservation. The blood donation process itself takes about an hour for most people.
Okay.
And, it's very quick, it's very easy. Once you make your appointment, you come to the blood donation location. We will get you checked in by one of the members of our team, or perhaps one of the local volunteers that helps to support us at blood drives in the area here. After that, you will meet with one of our donor care representatives who will do a little bit of a mini physical and a health check with you. So we'll check your pulse, your blood pressure, do a little finger prick for a drop of blood for an iron test, do a height and weight if we need to. And then they'll just ask some questions about any current medications you're taking, or any recent travel that you did, or any other things that we need to check on, just to make sure it's safe for you to donate blood that day. And for the vast, vast majority of people, that is the case. There's no problem. Once the little health check and mini physical is done, then you'll be escorted over to our blood draw area, where you'll sit in a comfortable chair. And the actual donation itself takes about 7 or 8 minutes for most people for a whole blood donation. And it's a single pinprick in the arm for the blood draw. It's very quick and painless. And our team member will be with you the whole time to make sure that everything's going well. As I said, after the blood donation is done, then we will take you over to our canteen area and ask you to just sit for about 10 or 15 minutes and enjoy some all-you-can-eat snacks and beverages, and start to replenish those salts in your body and your fluids in your body. And for most people, that's the end of the process, and you're off and on your day. We just ask you to take it easy for the rest of the day while your body recovers a little bit. But less than an hour, most people are in and out, and that single blood donation can save up to 3 different lives because of the way that we can process and pull out various components of that blood donation.
Yeah, that might be an area of concern for some people that have not donated blood, how they feel afterwards, and thinking, oh my goodness, they took a bag of blood out of my body, and how am I going to feel? Is this really going to affect me? Am I going to be lightheaded, or just the unknown, because having not done it before. But I know I've never really experienced any issues, of feeling any different.
Right.
Really, I think most people, the majority of people, don't even notice, or they can't feel any different.
Yeah, and that's exactly right, Chris. And there are some reminders that donors will get if they made an appointment with us. They'll get some emails or some text messages with some helpful reminders before that. But the one thing that we always ask donors to do as well, and this will really make the blood donation go quicker, and it will also ensure that, as you said, after the donation, you'll still feel well. We ask people to make sure they're well hydrated before you donate blood. So the morning of, for sure, and maybe even the day before, drink a couple extra bottles of water or some Gatorade sports drinks, or whatever those kind of things that you like. Make sure you have something in your system, a little meal or breakfast or something before you come donate blood. It's important to have some food in your system before you donate. Make sure you're feeling well that morning, which most people should. And then make sure you bring a photo ID with you, because that is one thing that we will need to verify and make sure we have in the system as you come in for your blood drive.
And also, being hydrated will make, I believe, the blood draw go quicker as well.
It does,
yes.
yeah. If you are well hydrated, the blood draw itself goes very quick, and usually doesn't have any problems. When we have deferrals, when we have sometimes blood draws that can't be completed, it is because somebody is not hydrated well enough. But never fear when you come to a blood drive. If you're a little bit light on hydration, we always have water bottles available right when you check in there, so we can make sure to get you hydrated before your blood donation as well.
Gotcha. Well, again, if you're just tuning in or just started watching our live stream, talking with Mark Waypa with Vitalant, and we were talking about the upcoming Payson Community Blood Drive taking place Monday, October 13th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at Mount Cross Lutheran Church. You can register, sign up for the blood drive very easily. There's a flyer on the KRIM FM website. You can just put your camera on that QR code, scan that, and it'll take you to the website. Also, the website is listed on the flyer as well. It's vitalant.org, and then you just put in your zip code, the community, and it'll bring up all the blood drives that are taking place in RIM country or near us. And earlier, Mark, you mentioned that actually today there's a blood drive, Vitalant blood drive at High Country Seniors.
Yep, that is for sure. And there's a number of them coming up in the area here. And again, I want to encourage as many people as can to come to our big blood drive on October 13th, because we will have a large contingent of our staff. We'll have a lot of our equipment here. An 8-hour blood drive is one of the longer ones that we do. So certainly we want to encourage people to come on Monday, October 13th. If you can't, but you still would like to donate blood, there are other opportunities here locally coming up soon. As I mentioned today, from 9 o'clock until 1 o'clock at the Banner Payson High Country Seniors up on the North Beeline Highway here, roughly across from Walmart over there. They're going to be doing a blood drive this morning. Next Tuesday, in the middle of the day from, I think it's 10 to 2 at Culver's of Payson, we're going to have our blood mobile in the back of the parking lot. So please consider joining us there. On Saturday the 18th, I have not attended this event yet, but I'm excited to come visit it. We're going to have our blood mobile at the Payson Aero Fair.
Oh, yeah.
So if you will be coming to visit that event on Saturday the 18th, we'll have our blood mobile there as well. We're taking appointments, but of course would love to see you as a walk-on there also. And then as I mentioned, on November 1st, here at the Sawmill Theater Complex, we'll have our blood mobile out here as well on that day. So lots of opportunities if you can't make it with us on the 13th.
And will you be up here on the 18th for the Aero Fair in that one?
I am going to try to be.
Yes.
I've never come to that event, but I've heard it's a great event, so I'm going to try to be here.
Yeah, a wonderful event, and I have a few things going on that day. It seems like all of a sudden on the calendar, events on the 18th have been getting added. So yeah, a lot going on. But again, just a lot of opportunities to give blood, different times, different locations, so you can pick the one that is best for you, that works the best with your schedule. And there was something else you wanted to talk about here. We have a few minutes left, but also October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and why blood donations are so important in helping that cause.
Yeah, no, thanks for asking that, Chris. One of the things that I've learned in my time since working with Vitalant that I did not understand as much before was the importance of having blood on the shelves for cancer patients. A tremendous amount of our blood supply that we get actually goes to help people who are going through different types of cancer. So September was Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I think that's maybe one that we're all a little more familiar with. And especially during October, we encourage people to donate blood. And if they have time, now we're not going to do it with the blood drive here, but if they have time to visit one of our donor centers and donate platelets, because those are critical for having for those going under different types of cancer treatments. Breast cancer affects 1 out of every 8 women in their lifetime. And the radiation, the chemotherapies, the different treatments that come with breast cancer really take a toll on the body. And in many cases, those women that are going through that require blood transfusions to make sure that their red cell counts are back high enough, their platelet counts are back high enough to be able to take those very harsh treatments on the body. So, a lot of times we think about the blood that we're donating going to trauma victims and other big types of things, but there is a large portion of our community going through different types of cancers, including breast cancer, that really rely on having blood products available when their doctors need to prescribe them to help them with those treatments. So, again, I think almost all of us have been impacted by someone in our families with cancer, particularly breast cancer. Love to have you come and do a donation in honor of one of those folks at one of our blood drives.
Wow, yeah, that's a great idea. Again, our Payson Community Blood Drive taking place Monday, October 13th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Mount Cross Lutheran Church. It's very easy to get signed up, and the process is very simple. So hope to see that get filled up, along with the other blood drives that are taking place in the community. And I want to thank everyone that does donate blood and has done so over the years. Just cannot thank you enough for your contribution, for those donations, for saving so many lives.
Yeah, absolutely, and I want to add those thanks as well. I know I mentioned it off the top. I'll wrap up with it again. Payson community is just so generous. Thank you for everything that you do in the community here for community service, including blood drives, and look forward to being able to work with a lot of you up here over the coming years.
All right. Well, thank you again, Mark, for coming up today.
Welcome. Thank
you. For
you.
everything you do with Vitalant and with the blood drives and raising awareness, letting people know, asking people, because again, that was a little surprising. The number one reason why people have never given blood, they were never asked.
Maybe just one final plug there, Chris.
Yeah.
If you can't donate blood yourself for some reason, there's no reason you still can't ask somebody else to come and donate blood. So please consider doing that also.
There you go. All right, well, thank you everyone listening for listening and watching today. Hope you have an amazing rest of your Friday. Again, Fish Fry at the American Legion from noon to 8 p.m. And also we have Payson High School football tonight, 7 p.m. kickoff. Tonight the Longhorns taking on Blue Ridge. So if you can make it out to Longhorn Stadium, love to see you out there. All right, guys, thank you, and see you at 10 for our Community Spotlight program and the Hometown Movie Guys. Now a quick update from the National Weather Service.